Hello and welcome to John R. Wooden Gymnasium on the campus of Martinsville High School. It is time for some wrestling, both women's and men's wrestling, and it's also an important night for both Martinsville squads. That is a senior night for both squads. 3 seniors for the women's team and 7 for the men's team that will be recognized tonight. First off is a women's wrestling meet, and we'll see their senior night in just a couple of moments. Hello, I'm Nate Long. We'll be joined by, in a couple minutes, Nathan Everode. But for now, we'll send you down to the mat and for senior night here live at John R. Wooden Gymnasium. Welcome back to John R. Wooden Gymnasium. Pledge of Allegiance and the National Anthem have been played. We're ready to get things started. Again, I'm Nate Long, joined by Nathan Everode here on the broadcast. And Nathan, you just asked, what's going to happen during this first matchup with this girls' whole wrestling?
So currently what we have right here is we have Martinsville, we have Monrovia, we have Edgewood, and we have Southport here. All for one duel, and we wanted to get everybody a match. So what we did is we kind of just made two big super teams and plugged everybody in at their respective weights. So you're going to see kind of, you might see a Martinsville girl on one team and then, another Martinsville girl on the other team. So it's kind of, we just wanted to make sure everybody could get a match tonight. That's what it's all about. This is the first year for IHSA girls wrestling, so we're really, really excited about it, and it's a very quick growing sport. So what we're trying to do is get everybody a match tonight.
Everyone a match. That's a great thing to have in mind, trying to get these girls a match. Talking about this Martinsville team, currently 2-0. Have you seen these girls in action this season?
These girls are feisty. A lot of these girls, it's really, really cool because I don't know that any of them had any experience except for Angel Dykus, and it's really awesome to see how far these girls have grown since day one of practice. It's awesome.
Yeah, it's going to be awesome. Again, Southport, Monrovia, Martinsville, and Edgewood all going to be here and competing for this girls, as we did see the senior night for the girls team. And we have men's to follow, men's senior night also to follow as well, as we're getting things started up right here. We'll take a break, me and you, and we'll listen to this and who they're going against. Welcome back. And it's time to get this meet started. For the Artesians, starting it off, Caitlin Spurgeon, the junior. 7-4 is her record here in this first year of the IHSAA girls wrestling as an official sport. So we'll see them on the mat. And who's the opponent here tonight, Nathan?
It looks like her opponent is Haley Sanders from, it looks like that's Edgewood right there. So what's really interesting about Caitlin is actually before she got into wrestling, she had a jiu-jitsu background. So Caitlin has a jiu-jitsu background, so she wasn't exactly a rookie when it came to combat sports or whatever. But she had that experience, and that was definitely a good key for her to be able to transition what she knows from jiu-jitsu over into wrestling.
8 total girls on this Martinsville women's team. As we mentioned before, the team's kind of combining to 2 super teams, and a straight-off duel between the 2 teams will be taking place, trying to get every girl a match here tonight.
And Sanders was able to take a shot. Spurgeon sprawled. They're still fighting. Got a little bit of a scramble going on. See if Spurgeon can get that. See if she can get around and get her points here. Still no points. There we go. 3 takedown for Caitlin Spurgeon. About a minute left in the first period.
2-minute periods, correct? And then the 3 rounds?
So two 3-minute periods.
2 3-minute periods, gotcha.
Looks like she's working to maybe try and get some back points. There's an escape by Sanders.
.25 seconds remaining in this first period.
Spurgeon working her ties. It's not nice snap down. See if she can get it. 11 seconds to go. She needs to get around if she wants to get her points. Still no points. There we go. Nice takedown and some back points.
With just 2 seconds remaining in the first period, getting the points to fall 6-1 in the end of the first period for Caitlin Spurgeon and Haley Sanders.
Well, she was able to get 2 back points there, so it's 8-1 now.
8-1.
8-1.
Did not see that when I looked at the score. It said 6-1, but I see what you're saying now. 8-1.
They hadn't added those. But something that's new for this season, it's something we saw in collegiate wrestling last year. And IHSA just integrated it, 3-point takedowns and 4 back points. So that's something that's new. Last year it was 2-point takedowns. So something you're going to see tonight is probably a lot of high-pointed matches. I mean, we were wrestling this weekend, and it wasn't uncommon for there to be 15 to 18, 20 to 17. There's a lot more points being scored in the sport of wrestling, which I think it's good for it,
A lot more opportunity, more entertaining to the audience as well, seeing those points go on the board. You always love to see. I mean, to talk about football, technically if you could break it down in football, they only score 4 or 5 times a game, but when you see the big points go up, it's exciting.
Exactly.
So, I think that's a new thing to wrestling that to increase those points, create some more excitement around the sport, Also great to see, women's wrestling tend to take hold here in the IHSAA.
Yeah. The women's, it's the fastest growing sport in America, and for a good reason. Let's see if Spurgeon's going to get some back points. Yep, she's getting some back points right here. See if she can get all 4. She might get a pin right here. There we go. She's on her back. Let's see if she can finish it off here. Good job. Caitlin Spurgeon with a pin.
They take off. It looks like red, green. That's kind of to show the since there's team both on each side, to fill out the rosters. Martinsville maybe on red, maybe on green. So it's not really a true score at the end of the day for these teams. So they leave those there, and then they'll put them on at the beginning of each match, it seems like.
Well, you know what's crazy? We're a red school, and so what always kind of got me at first was the green band is home. So I always thought, I'm like, why can't we wear the red band? We're a red school. Well, when you're at a home meet, you got to wear the green band. So green is home, red's away. That's how they indicate that. Because like you said, there's several different colored singlets, and just a good way to mark who we're giving points to. So it looks like in this one we have Ava Elliott and Sydney Turner from their respective schools of Monrovia, and I believe that's Southport singlet.
Believe so.
This is in the 115-pound weight class.
Martinsville not having anybody in that 115 again, trying to fulfill all weight classes here, because none of these teams have a full, complete roster. The Tejan's only having 8 women's wrestlers, and some of these other teams, looks like Monrovia only has about 5 or 6. 50 seconds left in this first period.
I'm struggling with names a little bit here because they didn't give us on who is home and who is away. But our Monrovia wrestler was able to get her takedown here. There's 34 seconds left. It looks like she's trying to work to try and score some more points, maybe get some back points. She's going to give up the escape point. So it's now 3-1 with 8 seconds left. She can get that head out. She's got a takedown. There we go. It's going to be 6-1 heading into the second period.
With that last second, 2-3 seconds left on the clock. Got the takedown for Monrovia. Monrovia in this matchup in the 115, 6-1 is the score.
Monrovia wrestler. Looking for a half. Let's see if we can kind of sink that in. Oh, no, don't do that. Okay, there we go. And reversal. Looks like Southport's, she was giving her 2 reversal there.
Just a little over a minute 30 left in the second period. Monrovia leads 6-3 in the 115.
Southport needs to work behind. Stay behind those arms. I'm not sure what he called there. That might have been a potentially dangerous. It looks like he might have awarded. Let's see if they put it on the scoreboard. Did he award somebody?
At the moment, it looks like the ref trying to award it now. 1 point to Monrovia.
Yeah, it looked like he awarded something. I'm guessing that was potentially dangerous there.
Stoppage of action as to get this all situated. 7-3 to score. Monrovia on top of Southport. 57 seconds remaining in this wrestling matchup in this second period. Looks like we're going to get back to the action. Another point awarded to Monrovia.
Okay, and we're back. 40 seconds left. Monrovia's going to go in, take a shot. She's got to cover to get those points.
At the moment, just playing with house money. Up 8-3 with 30 seconds left in the period.
And potentially some back points here.
Got the 3 for the takedown, correct, and so just another 3 points added. Which seems like kind of all on the side of Monrovia in this matchup.
She's getting her 4 back points. She's looking for a pin here in the last 10 seconds. There we go.
Monrovia gets the pin, wins the matchup. Again, that is the second straight win for the away team, but again, there's no real true points here as these 4 squads kind of combined to 2 for the duel.
Another thing you might see that's happening quite a bit with the 3-point takedowns now is when you go up by 15, it's kind of like a mercy rule in baseball. And so that's called a technical fall. And so once you go up by 15, the ref will call the match. So that's something that you might see more often here tonight. I talked to somebody at one of the big high school preseason open tournaments, and one of the refs, and he said that last year there was 40 of those. This year, at this year's tournament preseason, there was 152. So technical falls have went up quite a bit. And for a good thing. You know, I think that it definitely awards you for getting your takedowns. Mm-hmm. Because when you take somebody down and they get back up, you're only up 1. It's not really like I've always felt like there should be a little more of an award.
So it kind of rewards the aggressor in the situation.
Going back to football, it rewards you for getting for getting a touchdown versus settling for a field goal. You know what I mean? It's kind of like gives you a little more breathing room.
Angel Dykus, a sophomore, 7-5 in her 120 matchup. As this is the Artesian against a Monrovia here, 120. I believe that is Kaylee Holmes of Monrovia.
Angel Dykus is one heck of a wrestler. Looks like she's already going for the pin here in the first 30 seconds. There she goes.
Just a couple seconds in and a pin already. And that was a win for the home team in this matchup. Again, Artesians. Technically, I mean, that 2-0 so far for the Artesians in matchups. I mean, that's always love to see that.
It's a good night to be an Artesian so far.
Angel Dykus moves to 8-5 now on her season. She wrestled at Plainfield last season, and her favorite move is the side headlock. Next up, I believe, would be the 130.
The 130. Looks like Natalie Vaith. And I'm going to let you try and pronounce this name here.
Genevieve.
Genevieve Canoes?
Genevieve Canoes.
We're just going to go off the schools here.
Edgewood and Southport.
Edgewood and Southport.
Get ready to start this matchup at the 130.
Take a shot. Yep, there she goes. They're going to give her a
takedown.
Nice takedown there. Oh, locking hands call. Yep. So when she came to the mat, she had her hands locked. So they're going to award. They're going to award Edgewood with a point there.
I believe that'd be Southport. I think Edgewood, because Edgewood's wearing green.
Yeah,
yep.
Sorry.
So Southport got the takedown plus hands locking. Gets the point there. So 4-0. Score, minute 47 left in this first period. Not really sure what's going on the scoreboard as they've taken that point off. Oh,
there we go. Yeah,
there
they
we
just
go.
put it on the wrong wrestler. These yellow and black Edgewood singlets are throwing me off because they're a red and black school. So the Mustangs. Southport's working to try and score some points here.
3-1 the score. Minute 20 left in this first period. Matchup between Edgewood and Southport. Southport having the upper hand. 3-1 is the score.
Trying to get some forward pressure. Keep her bellied out. There we go.
So looking for a pin.
Looking for a pin. And Southport's going to take this one.
So if we're doing the correct math, the away team up 3-1. But again, I don't really not. I don't think it really. There is a score for a win anywhere. I don't know if how that's actually going to work out, but
I think we're almost just treating it like an individual tournament. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So
because there's not going to be a home and away score.
So we're going to move on to one of our seniors tonight. Was introduced, had her moment for senior night. That's going to be Addie Berry, 2-2 so far on the season, and she is the 2024 Mid-State Conference 135 runner-up. Addie's also a high-level soccer player and is learning a wrestling technique very quickly for somebody may not have grown up as many as the men have done here on this men's side.
No, so Addie, she's been playing soccer for a long time, and I tell you what, from the first day she came in the room, she's gritty. She's a really gritty wrestler, and it's just somebody that as soon as they walked in, you could tell she was going to pick it up very, very quickly, and she has. She has given it her all since day one, and I'm super excited to see how well she's doing this season, especially as a senior. Couldn't be more happy for Addie.
Addie Berry going against Kayla Johnson of Southport. In this one, Addie Berry.
Looks like Addie's trying to get a takedown. Looks like Addie was trying to get a snap down there. And Kayla was able to get her takedown. Luckily, they got blown out of bounds, so there was no back points given there.
You know what's really throwing me off is Southport. You look at the ankles. There's something green and red on her ankles.
She's got pink and green socks on.
So not helping me at all.
Not at all.
As it looks like she's playing both home and away, which is kind of what the whole story of this whole meets and whole matchup with this women's side is going to be.
Addie's looking to don't reach back there. Don't reach back. No back points given so far. There we go. Bellied out. Definitely getting some back points.
Southport getting the pin.
Kayla Johnson with Southport getting the pin on Addie Berry from Martinsville.
Addie Berry moving 2-3 on the season, senior in her first season here wrestling. Next up, we got the 140 where we got Layla McCormick.
Willie Meadows.
I believe Layla McCormick of Edgewood again. Yeah, that yellow and looks like a morsel color. Don't like it very much here in Martinsville, but it is Edgewood going against Lily Meadows, also a senior, one of the three seniors who got recognized tonight for their accomplishments. And she is 6-4 so far on the season. Lily Meadows, she's been part of the wrestling family since middle school, it says, where she was a team manager as well, and now being able to wrestle herself. But that's pretty cool in a lot of eyes. Always being around the sport, so being able to finally do it, part of an IHSA sanctioned event, of a sport, as you could say.
Yeah, it was a pretty seamless fit. From what all the guys said, like you said, she's been around, she's been a manager, and it definitely wasn't anything new to her. So she's fitting right in, and she's doing extremely well her first season.
Deadlocked right now. 0-0, minute 30 left in the first period.
Just working those tie-ups. Looks like Edgewood's trying to set a shot up here. Good defense there.
Willie Meadows home, and then McCormick will be away technically in this matchup. Down under a minute, still no score, 0-0 in the middle of this matchup. Willie Meadows senior for the Artesians.
Right now it's just been a big hand-fighting battle. Nobody's really taking these shots. Edgewood's been trying to set something up. Looks like Meadows still trying to feel her out. No rush here. We've got 3 periods. Don't want to rush anything. Got a long match to go. There we go.
Finally getting down to the mat there.
Meadows threw a side to headlock. Edgewood defended that very, very well. A little bit of a scramble, and they're back on their feet with 10 seconds left in the first period.
A lot of hand fighting. As first period will end with a 0-0 score.
So what you're going to see right here is they're going to flip a coin, and looks like Meadows has the choice. See if she's going to go top, bottom, neutral, or defer. Okay, looks like she deferred. Edgewood's going to go down.
What would you say would be the benefits of going down to start off the second period?
So you can go down, get up, and get that escape point, and then start back in neutral. Or if you feel like you can get a reversal, that way you can go and get your 2 points. Really going down is whenever you're needing to score some points. Really, it's kind of a buyer's choice thing. You know, whatever makes you feel the most comfortable. But typically, when you go down, you want to try and get up and get that escape. That way, when you're heading in and you get your takedown, you're up by a point. What she was able to do. Looks like Layla was able to get her escape point there. See, they're going to move them back to the middle.
Able to get the escape 1-0 right now, under a minute 30 in the second period.
There we go. See if Meadows can capitalize on this. Her hair's getting in the way.
A lot of hand fighting in this one. Most every match to this point has been over by at least the second period. The first matchup we've had that's been kind of slow. A lot of these have been attack, and not this matchup between Lily Meadows and Layla McCormick.
Looks like Meadows was trying to adjust her headgear there. Edgewood took advantage. Now she's up 4-0 with 35 seconds left in the second period.
30 seconds remaining.
That was good looking out Edgewood there. She saw an open opportunity and she took care of it.
Now under 15. Edgewood trying to make some happen in Layla McCormick. Get something at the end of the period, but should not be able to. So 4-0 into the second period with Layla McCormick leading the way.
They're starting off in the neutral position here in the third period.
Willie Meadows has to make something happen. Down 4.
We've got to move here. Got to move here.
And they're going right back to what they've done most of this match. A lot of hand fighting. Meadows got to make her move, get a takedown, try to get back into this match.
We're not quite into home run territory. She's got to make something happen. Minute 30 left.
A lot can happen in a minute 30.
May not seem like a lot of time, but it's a long time in wrestling.
A long time. I mean, you're going just straight 2-minute periods. I mean, you don't get a lot of break in between. It's just constant go, go, go. And I mean, it has to be physically draining for wrestlers. But Meadows, 6-4 on the season, but she's got just under a minute to make up 4 points.
Looks like he's going to bring him back to center. Maybe he's going to let her adjust her headgear.
I mean, she's been trying to adjust the entire match. I mean, I'm not sure what's going on. If
she gave up 3 points because of that headgear.
Yeah, 3 points. And just because of she's trying to fix it, it's falling down in her face. And as soon as she puts it back up, take down Edgewood. I mean, smart by Edgewood to, I mean, and Layla McCormick, I mean, you got to take what's given to you. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, it's fair. It's, I mean, as much as you'd hate to see it if you're an Artesian fan and fan of Lily Meadows, but that's just how the cookie crumbles sometimes. And you'll see her actually change headgear.
So let's see if she can make something happen in the last 53 seconds of this match. We got to go here.
Has to make something happen. Got to get that takedown.
And you got to get 2 back points. Takedown and 2 back. We're almost getting into home run hit territory. You got to make something happen here.
That's got to be running through the mind of Lily Meadows with 30 seconds now remaining in this third period. Have to make something happen. Still a lot of hand fighting. 20 seconds.
Now you're in home run territory. You might see something big here from Meadows.
Already now to 10. Meadows, you got to make something happen. Both girls seem very tired. And that is going to do it. So McCormick going to get the win over Meadows in the 140. Another win for the supposed super away team, as you could say.
This is one heck of an away team.
One heck of an away team. I mean, you got to go back to the how these teams were divided up, and it was some stacked. I mean, some favoritism, I guess, from the super team coaches. I mean, they knew who was going to win, I guess. As next up, I believe, will be the 145. Artesians don't have anyone in this matchup, but we have Maya Kike and Hasmili Joseph. Monrovia and Southport will be going at it. Start of the first period now. This time, Monrovia right to the headlock.
These girls are going to be aggressive here.
It's all a very passive match with Lily Meadows and McCormick, but not this matchup.
Not here. They're firing right out of the gate. It's like Monrovia's trying to get around. Ooh.
Leave the circle, have to head back to the middle and try to set this back up.
Head back to the center of mat. I got a feeling they're going to come out firing here again. These girls are ready to wrestle.
Going quickly.
It's like Monrovia is trying to set something up here. Ooh. Southport tried for a trip there. I'm not sure what happened. I hope Southport's all right there. She kind of just...
She looks like she kind of just stopped. And
yeah.
And hopefully she's okay. Monrovia gets the pin. And, well, home team wins that one. So we'll move now to the 155. Holly French of the Artesians and Kimberly Virgil. Just trying to see who comes out. I'm not sure where Virgil is.
Oh, Virgil.
Not sure what school, but this will be Holly French, sophomore, 3-3 so far on the season. She's a softball player, a football manager, and, well, you can add wrestling to her resume. Very determined and always gives her best effort. So hopefully we'll see a very hearted Holly French.
It's like Kimberly Virgil from Monrovia making her way out to the mat.
French take the green. It will be the home with Virgil of Monrovia taken away.
Oh, there we go.
There we go.
Nice little, looks like she's trying to get an ankle pick there. Good job. Holly French getting a 3-point takedown. Monrovia getting right back up for that escape point immediately.
3-1, minute 30 left in this first period.
Holly's working her ties here, heavy on her ties.
A little less aggressive than the matchup we just saw between Monrovia and Southport, but still plenty of aggression from both squads.
Monrovia's trying to shoot in, see if Holly can use that crossface. I don't think she's, yeah, there she is. Yep. She was just giving her 3-point takedown. Looks like, see if she can break her down here. Maybe try and get some back points.
French trying to get some back points. 2 takedowns already in this first period. 6-1, 1 escape for Monrovia and Virgil. Down under 40 seconds. French still working on the ground.
Oh, it looks like Holly's putting in that half. See if she can work it around, maybe get some back points, possibly a pin. 21 seconds left. See if we can get it.
Gets it to her back.
There we go.
And gets the pin. A win for Holly French. The sophomore moves to 4-3 on the year. Gets the pin in the first period with 13.2 seconds remaining.
Our home team's making a comeback.
Home team's making a comeback. So at first, we had the away squad. It's looking like they're going to pull away with it, but home team's coming up and trying their best. So the next match that we got will be at the 170. It looks like we have Helen Barr, and, well, looks like we don't have anyone written down.
Yeah, it looks like 170. Helen Barr is going to be getting a forfeit tonight.
Hey, gets a win.
Win's a win.
Looks like she was the only 170 from all 4 squads. So easy win for her. So we'll move right on to the 190, the last Artesian senior, Carly Bolin. 5-5 so far on the season. She wrestled on the MHS co-ed wrestling team before we had a women's team and is a natural leader on this team, one of the 3 seniors. And her opponent is going to be Carly Chavez of Southport.
Yeah, that paper right there, it's 100% right. Carly is a natural leader. From day one, she walked in. You could just you could feel her presence in a room. She's one of those type of leaders where it seems like all the girls really just flow to her. She's a really, really good leader, and I'm super excited for her. And they are going at it already.
Going at it, Southport, Artesians, Bolin, and Chavez. Minute 40 left in this first period. No points yet.
She can work those collar ties. Work towards something. Chavez kind of picked. I don't know if she got maybe bumped in the nose there. Chavez, see if she can get this takedown. Don't reach back there. She wants Carly Bolin up. So immediately Carly Bolin's going to get the 1 escape point. So it's 3-1 Chavez.
Takedown for Bolin. Takes the lead back 4-3. Trying to get some of those back points. Trying to extend her lead with 35 seconds remaining in the first period.
Here we go. She's working towards her back points. Don't give up that leg. There you go. She's switching sides here. Trying to work. Chavez is trying to grab that leg. You can see she kind of reached back to grab that leg. See if Carly's going to try and work for a half, maybe get some back points in the last 10 seconds of this.
Looks like we were deadlocked in this last 10 seconds. That's going to be it of the first period. Late takedown from Bolin gives her the lead at the end of the first period, 4-3. Bolin over Chavez as we start this second period. Chavez take bottom. As you mentioned earlier, trying to get that quick points, trying to get that feedback up.
Chavez is looking to get that escape point. She can tie it up here. Looks like she reached back, and Bolin is taking advantage of it. That's one of the big things in wrestling. You don't want to reach back. It'll bite you every single time. Bolin's going to get her back points here. Is she going to get the pin?
And she does, gets the pin. Bolin moves to 6-5 on the season after the win over Carly Chavez of Southport.
And we love to see a senior get a win on senior night. There's nothing better.
Yep, nothing better. Sadly, the other two seniors of the Teachings did not get the win tonight. But again, loving seeing that senior get a senior night. First year for women's wrestling, and a good showing so far by them. The team is currently 2-0. And as it says, they look to improve the record. They don't believe there's going to be any record going to be improved or declined because of these super teams that they made, unless they go straight from individual. But
well, and I think initially this was going to be a dual meet, but I think they just brought in a couple other schools, like we had initially said, just try and get everybody a match. You know, with it being the first year, I just can't say how excited I am for the sport of wrestling. With picking up on the girls' side, there's a lot of girls that have wrestled on the boys' side for a long time, and I'm just super excited for them to get their own side of wrestling and really just grow and grow and grow, and I just can't wait to see what it comes into.
Yes. I believe, is that the end?
That is
should be the end
of the girls.
Should be the end of the girls. Again, the two super teams. I mean, home team came back at the end. Not sure who got the win in there.
Kind of lost track there, but
in our hypothetical.
Oh, we're doing an exhibition. Okay.
Expedition match.
They didn't give us this.
So, see a little bit of this expedition going on. And then after the expedition, we will see the senior nights once more, this time for the boys' side. And I believe the 7 seniors that the boys have. And if I'm not mistaken, did Holmes yet? Oh no, it was maybe a sister, Kaylee Holmes, already gone at it. And they're not treating it like an expedition. They're going right at it.
Right to work. Oh, and Holmes is You are not kidding. Holmes is wasting no time here. 20 seconds into the match, he's already gotten a takedown, getting some back, and she is looking for a pin. No back points there.
Started the match off strong, attacking, trying to make something happen on the ground. Gets a turn to her back, maybe an easy, quick pin.
There's the back points and the pin.
Very quick pin. Now, is there
Looks like we're going to have another one. Yep.
One more expedition matchup.
You know, girls have a pretty rich history in Indiana for wrestling on the boys' side. Actually, Sarah Hildebrand, she won the Olympics this year for USA for wrestling, and she was one of the first girls to ever make it to boys IHSA state. I believe she was from Penn High School, and Kayla Miracle, she was originally from Bloomington, Indiana. She wrestled in the Olympics for Team USA this year as well. I can't remember what she medaled at, but the girls that have wrestled that are currently in the Olympics right now, Indiana has a big history in Team USA on the Olympic side. So it's really, really great for the sport of wrestling.
Really cool to see. As should have one more expedition match. Possibly. Possibly not. It looks like just waiting at the moment. But in this next up, it is just going to be a dual meet between the Artesians and Southport for the boys' side. Boys looking like they're getting ready to go. I believe that maybe we won't have that second expedition match.
Maybe not. It looks like well, she's still warming up over there, so I think maybe
we just kill them time in the meantime. Maybe
we're just filibustering a little bit.
Yeah, we can just talk about anything we want as we try to get set back up and get maybe this last expedition, and then head over to some senior night for the boys' side. We have 7 seniors being recognized for their accolades. I know we have one who's doing some great things, Noah Sumner, 100 wins in his career. I mean, that's not too shabby.
That's pretty solid if I had to say so myself. Noah qualified for state last year, and I know he's looking to he's trying to get back there.
No, he went to state at 175, correct?
Correct.
He has moved up to 190 this season and is currently ranked 13th in the state at 190. And he is undefeated so far this season. I mean, an incredible 35-8 as a junior last year, like we mentioned, went to state. I mean, I think he's right back in there. He's expecting to get to state and make a run to hopefully winning if all goes well. There's a lot of guys on this team that, have a good chance to, make something happen into the tournament time and try to etch their name into state. I know another one, Dominic Mercer, was a little injured last year coming around sectional and regional time, was unable to go, I believe, in regionals because of an injury. But along with him, Evan Hamlin also getting ranked at 165. So a lot of these. Ezra Frederick as well.
I'm not sure if Brennan Leonard. I believe Brennan Leonard. Let me see. I'm not sure if Brennan Leonard's ranked or not. If not, he's on that very.
Yeah, Ezra Frederick says he's not ranked at the moment, but 46-11 did have to take off his sophomore season due to injury. He is 10-1 so far this season, so a lot of great records from some Artesian wrestlers. As actually Dominic Mercer is also undefeated, 11-0 for him, as he is 71-38 throughout his career. So, still waiting to see if we have that expedition matchup. I mean, from the moment, looks like that The one Monrovia girl looks like she's still warming up. However, does not look like we may not get an expedition match. I don't know. I don't think they know. I think we're all just a little confused at the end of the day.
I think we're just kind of flying by the seat of our pants right now.
That's okay. That is all right. Talking about this men's team coming up. Okay, never mind. Let's stop talking about the men's team. Let's talk about this expedition match. Southport, Monrovia. I believe it's at the 130-pound weight class.
I was just checking the rankings here real quick to see if anything's been updated since we made these papers. Look like everything's up to snuff here.
Everything is up and ready. All the updated leaderboards. See who is ranked where. At the moment, well, we'll get right to this expedition matchup. Monrovia, Southport. And already going quick. Southport got the leg. Trying to get the takedown.
Yep. And Monrovia. A little bit of a scramble here. See if Southport can get that head out. It should be a order of points. There it is.
Yep, gets the takedown. Southport 3-0 off the circle. We're going to set back up in the middle. Minute 32 left in this first period. Monrovia starting on bottom. Southport trying to take advantage.
Southport doing everything she can, keep her to the mat. And a locking hands call on Southport. It looks like they're going to award Monrovia a point there.
Minute 16 left in this first period of this expedition matchup. Girls wrestling at the 130 weight class. Monrovia starting from the bottom once more.
Monrovia right here, trying to build back up to a base. 104 left in the period. Southport hopping sides. Trying everything she can. Looks like she's got a wrist. She's trying to work that half. There she is. She's going to get the pin. Southport taking the win here in the first period.
Monrovia may have been a little injured. She's holding her left knee. As she will try to hobble off after the pin from Southport. So now, I believe we all should be finished with the girls' side of this wrestling meet. And I believe an announcement for the senior parents.
Yep.
I called it. Get a senior night for the men's squad. Talk a little about this men's squad. The overall expectation for this men's team this season is to place top 3 at mid-state, top 3 at the sectional, and to have multiple IHSA state qualifiers. Had one last year, had a couple semi-state, and they brought back pretty much everyone, I believe. If there was zero,
I don't think there was any seniors last
zero
year.
seniors
Yeah.
last year, so this is a team that's been here, done that, and it's time to make their mark on history, trying to do whatever they can.
Well, and another thing that this men's team did last year, they qualified for team state, which has never been done before, 3A team state. So they've got a big year ahead of them. There are some big expectations for a lot of good reasons. And they're loaded with firepower, so I'm really excited to see how this whole season's going to shake out.
So far, a lot of good records for this men's squad. as the senior parents getting ready. We having their senior night. They'll be recognized for their accomplishments and what they've done for this Martinsville wrestling program. We'll go through the wrestlers right now who are seniors. We got Brennan Leonard, his career 69 and 21. Had an injury his sophomore year. First senior, we'll see 138, Calvin Walker, also a senior. I believe he's graduating early, is what it looks like here.
Yes, yep, he's graduating early.
So technically a junior, but gets his senior night as if anyone else, just like you would be if you were graduating at the same time. Evan Hamblin, one of those guys who thinks he wants to get to semi-state and at least semi-state, but I mean he's also looking for that state matchup as well. We have PJ Downing, a senior. He's a first-year varsity wrestler, so not sure exactly what to expect maybe for this season, but I mean anything can happen when you got a guy who's worked his butt off for 3 years.
PJ's a great guy. He's one of those guys. He's hard not to like. Everybody in the room loves him, and I'm excited to see him out here tonight.
Also, Noah Sumner. Yeah, another guy was state last year, looking to do it once more. Ezra Frederick, senior, and then Dominic Mercer, the 7 seniors for this men's squad. We're going to take a moment. We're going to step aside, let the PA announcer do his thing, and recognize these young men for their accomplishments. Welcome back to John R. Wooden Gymnasium. As the boys wrestling team was just recognized their seniors on senior night. Martinsville will duel Southport in this wrestling matchup. As pictures are being taken from multiple family members. The AD, Kip Staggs, and they're taking pictures as well. And we get ready for this dual matchup where a lot of these guys who've a lot of winning records from this team, and I'm excited to see this Artesian team on the mat and hopefully get a big win on senior night. You know, like you mentioned, it's always nice to win that senior night. I know my senior night for football, I mean, we went against Mooresville, got the win, got the M trophy back. My senior night for track and field just last season, got the win in discus and shot put. You know, it means a lot when you win that senior night.
I was able to win my senior night. You're right. It means a lot, and there's nothing more special than your senior night. Especially like you said, a lot of these kids, really, I mean, in any sport, but especially these wrestlers, you know, they've put a lot of time, a lot of effort into their wrestling careers, and I don't want to say it's all coming down to tonight, but kind of, you know. I mean, it's your senior night. You know, all your friends, all your family, everybody's here. Everybody's wanting to get a win tonight. So I'm super excited for these Artesians, and it looks like they're going to get a breakdown here in the middle as a team before we get underway.
Yeah, before we get underway, Artesians, Southport, dueling it out. Artesians looking to just improve their already stacked team. We'll take this moment right before the face-off. Shout out American Legion Post 230 for hosting our pancake breakfast for the wrestlers. The fundraiser last season. That fundraiser provided the much-needed funding to start the Artesian Wrestling Club. Big thanks again to the American Legion Post 230. As we get ready, team's warming up, and we'll also hopefully get that face-off soon. And then we'll get this thing rolling.
And I will say, you know, Southport's no joke. They've got a real team, and so there's going to be some tough matches tonight. As always, we want Martinsville to come out on top. But, you know, it is worth being noted that Southport's no joke, so it's definitely one to take serious. And they've got a pretty solid team themselves.
Pretty solid team in Southport. Interesting to see what's going to happen. I know this is all just speculation, but Greenwood leaving the mid-state does open that spot. I mean, a lot of teams have been in consideration for joining the mid-state. Southport being the same district as Perry Meridian, who's also in the mid-state. Possibility for Danville, possibly moving
Southport
in.
and Perry shared a football field for a long time. So, Southport would be a nice little slide in. Danville, I haven't heard Danville. That would be a good one. They're very solid in just about every sport. I did see something. It was kind of interesting. Danville, their swimming coach currently, their pool is out of commission right now. So their swimming coach right now is driving all of their swimmers all the way to Cascade before and after school every single day. I've seen it on the news, and that was something that's a lot of commitment by a coach. He said he's putting in 70, 80 hours a week, and that's crazy. Crazy.
That is crazy.
He got his Class A CDL to drive a bus to get those kids back and forth. That is commitment. That's a coach you need to sign for a long time. You don't see very many committed coaches that are willing to do such things. So, yeah, I mean, going back to Greenwood, there is a lot of speculation. Greenwood leaving, who's going to come in.
And then also, I mean, do you just add the one? Do you expand even farther? I mean, you got to look at other things. I mean, Martinsville, before joining the Mid-State, was partnered with Bloomington South, Bloomington North, and Columbus schools. Possibly is there a way? I mean, Southport and Bloomington South play each other in the football season every year. Is there a chance we add Southport and both Bloomington schools possibly to the Mid-State? I mean, there's just tons of things happen, and it all kind of stems from kind of the big schools. You know, Center Grove now conferenceless, being just
Carmel
scheduling
as well.
Carmel, yep. Just some of these teams are getting too big that they just don't want to be in that. There's no benefit. The other teams don't like playing them. and it just really kind of shakes up how conferences are going to be. I think there's going to be a lot of movement.
Yeah.
A lot of movement in the next couple of years in Indiana sports and in these conference alignments, and, you know, some schools growing, some schools kind of deadlocked to just being surrounded by the landmark. Like, they just can't grow anymore. They can't put any more houses, so that school can't grow anymore.
Exactly.
So we got schools like Danville, Triton Central growing at an alarming rate. Some of those teams that have a lot of that rural area are growing, and we're going to see a lot of movement from conference to conference. Interesting to see.
Well, and you see, like you'd stated, some of these schools, the fish are getting way too big for their pond, and Carmel, that's a big fish. They need a really, really big pond. You know, Same thing with Center Grove. I'm interested to see. I don't see how it's feasible for them to be independent for too long. There's got to be some sort of a super conference or something, and maybe one big shuffle. But there's got to be for where these. I don't want to give them too much credit, but these superpowers in Indiana, to settle into, because eventually, you can't. They're going to have that same problem. They outgrew their pond, they had to leave, and now they're independent. What's going to happen to these other schools? So I'm curious. It's definitely something cool to think about. Martinsville's growing. I hope eventually we have that problem. That would be cool. Is it going to happen? We'll see. But
you got to think of Martinsville with the departure of Greenwood. I believe we become the smallest school in the mid-state, either us or Mooresville. I think Mooresville has us beat by a couple, about 100 students.
Yes.
Or so.
But our sports are holding us up. I think that's what's going to keep us here. As our sports, you guys did great last year. All sports. I think that's what's holding us together right now is our sports. But you never know. You're right. We are the smallest school, so we need to get on it.
And part of that, they are starting to grow. Some more neighborhoods popping around Martinsville. But, again, at some point, it's not in a limited land. Eventually, you're going to be locked. That's why Greenwood left, because, it's kind of becomes a thing. If you're good in Greenwood, you go to Center Grove.
Yeah.
Or Whiteland. Greenwood's basically landlocked, unable to really get any more guys in. And they're not like the Cathedral, the Roncalli, who can kind of bring guys in from different districts, different areas to come to your squad. So they're kind of just having to play down. I believe I forget what the name of the conference is. It's the Indian Creek, Triton Central. It's at the new conference. That's Greenwood's also joining in with them. I forget the name that they've come up with, but that's where Greenwood is going. I believe they start the 2026.
Okay.
I think that's when they officially first season in that new conference.
Because we picked up Perry. Perry's the most recent one to join.
2017.
Yes.
I want to say.
That was right after I got out of high school. And because I graduated in 15. So, that's when Perry came in. And I'm trying to think here.
I know Martinsville joined in 06.
Yes, we joined in 06. Who was the last person to leave before Greenwood?
Last one to leave? Oh. We can pull up a little mid-state history.
I'm making us think here. Yeah,
I've looked at it before. I know that because
the thing is here, going back to Greenwood, right now seems like a lot of those kids. If you're not at Greenwood, you're either going to Center Grove or you're going to Whiteland. Whiteland is exploding right now, and so you're 100% right. They're just landlocked, and Whiteland has all that land out there to grow. I was talking. On the middle school side, I coached the middle school for wrestling, and I have 45 kids on my team. Take a guess how many kids are on the Whiteland wrestling team.
120?
You're almost exactly right. There's 115. I guess they have 1,600 kids at Clark Pleasant Middle School, which is more than most high schools. And so
we can look at I have a little pulled up here. So the current schools are now Decatur Central, Franklin, Greenwood, Martinsville, Mooresville, Perry, Plainfield, Whiteland. Whiteland's been in the conference since 1968. Plainfield's been in since 1942. Mooresville since 1942. And Greenwood. They've been in this conference since 1942.
Greenwood started this conference.
Yeah, Greenwood, Mooresville. Let's see here. Greenwood, Mooresville, and Plainfield started this conference. And, I mean,
And it looks like Decatur left and then came back.
Came back in 06 with us. Former members. Beech Grove looks to be the last one to leave. That was 05.
Brownsburg, can you imagine?
They were only here. They were here from 1942 to 1967 in this mid-state. Yeah, Beech Grove was the last one to leave. Avon, and then Speedway were the other three that left the conference.
You want to talk about a superpower? Center Grove, Lawrence Central, Danville.
All formerly part of the mid-state at one time. Not in the 2000s by any means, but at one point were in this mid-state conference. It's interesting to see. I mean, Beech Grove, another school, I mean, they're around that 4A. I don't know if they would want to join mid-state at the moment, but
Yeah, they're in the crossroads. See who's in the crossroads right now.
at the moment, let's see here. The Indiana Crossroads, Beech Grove, Cardinal Ritter, Covenant Christian, Lutheran, Monrovia, Cena Speedway, and Triton. But Triton, Monrovia, I know, are leaving to start their own conference with Indian Creek.
So Monrovia's going with them?
I believe it's
Okay.
Monrovia, Triton, Greenwood, Indian Creek. I'm not sure who else. Or a lot of movement. That's all I can say. A lot of,
We would be too. I mean, like, we would be too big for that, wouldn't we? I mean,
I believe so. So, as we can, future members, they have them already. Greenwood Christian is joining the Indiana Crossroads, and then Heritage Christian
okay.
will also be joining that conference. I believe that's why Monrovia, Triton leaving, and those two teams will be kind of plugged in to the squad. But like I said, no future members listed for the mid-state, as they don't know yet, and we don't know yet.
Conference Indy.
Conference Indiana.
Conference Indiana.
The former for the Artesians. Right now, like I mentioned,
There's
Bloomington
where all those
schools
Bloomington schools, yep.
in Southport is in Conference Indiana. So, but you think of that, if
That's what I was
Southport
thinking
leaves,
of.
I mean, would we just create a kind of a super conference
Right.
with, we just add the Terre Haute, we add the Columbus, we add the Bloomington schools? That's also a possibility. I mean, only Columbus North's in, so I mean,
And Columbus North,
a 6A school, but a lot of these, I mean, these are all 5 6A schools. I mean, Mid-State's mostly 5 and 6A, so we'll see.
it's
I mean,
interesting. This
very
next
interesting.
year or two is going to be important. I'm very curious to see how this is going to go. I mean, I've never seen a point where we haven't been part of the Mid-State Conference. So I'm interested. I'm very, very interested.
I don't see us leaving anytime soon. I think it's just who we add.
Who would we add?
But then at the same time, if we add all these schools, we are by far the smallest school in this conference. And then also, it makes everything different. I mean, if we add all these schools, I mean, at least for football, I mean, you can't play all these schools on your schedule.
Right.
Basketball, you maybe fit in 13 other games against conference opponents, but I mean, even then, so then it becomes like, will you break it off and have like an East and West or a North and South bracket? Have a
You know what this reminds me of?
championship game? I mean,
This reminds me of college football. Big Ten, SEC. They're adding all these schools. I mean, if you add too many, you're not going to have any room for out-of-conference matchups. And so, is that a bad thing? Not if you add the right people. But you're not.
Will it affect? I mean, I don't know. The Artesians. I mean, that's gonna be some tough competition.
But it's good for
throughout,
everybody. Yeah.
I mean, Artesians to play throughout a season, and then they get to go and play at a lower level in most divisions. I mean, in football,
Right.
4A. All these other schools are 5 and 6A. So I mean,
Yeah.
it helps Martinsville a lot. But at one point, if you have a bad year, I mean, it could be a little demoralizing at the same time as well.
I mean, think about it. Both the teams that we beat in football this year were playing for a semi-state championship, Bloomington South and Decatur. And so It'll be interesting as we're moving into face-offs here.
As we get ready for the face-offs.
I tell you what, I am super excited about how John R. Wooden Gymnasium has shaped up. They've done a lot of work, and this place looks great. I mean,
Looks good. Got two new scoreboards in the corners.
we're all up here propped up in the corner, and I finally got a chance to, widen my horizon and just kind of look out and see all the work that our school system has put into this gym, and it just looks great.
Face-offs have concluded, and it's time to get this matchup started. Artesians, Cardinals of Southport, set to duel it out.
Super cool they were able to bring out the spotlight tonight. That's something they always do for the IHSA finals, and that's something that everybody dreamed of as a kid. Get introduced under the spotlight, so that's super cool. They were bring that out for senior night, and hopefully we've got a handful of wrestlers that will get to experience that this year at the state finals. Looks like up first we've got Christian Coons.
Christian Coons at the 150, sophomore this season so far, 4-8, but 20-27 overall. Wrestled with 16-19 last year as a freshman at the varsity level.
Christian had a very successful freshman season last year. He's been wrestling all summer, putting in work. He attended wrestling camps, wrestling nationally on the off season. I believe he went out to Virginia Beach with a national team. He's been putting in the work, doing everything that you need to do to become a high-level wrestler, and Christian's on his way.
Takedown for Christian Coons.
Looks like Southport got the escape point there. Looking at 3-1 with 56 left in the first period. Christian's working on his ties. Like we stated earlier, no reason to rush anything. We've got a long match ahead of us. Nice sprawl there. See if he can get around, get his points. And Christian's going to get his points just before they go out of bounds. See if they stop the clock. 28.6 left. Christian Coons up 6-1. Looks like they're going over the table. They let that clock go for about 3 or 4 seconds longer than they should have. So I'm guessing that's what they're fixing right now. Yeah, they're going to put it back to 30 seconds. Southport coach has something to talk about.
I think he probably wanted a little bit more put back on, but I mean, it's something.
They were
takes the second and a half, it looks like, put back on that 30 seconds on the dot. Refs trying to talk it over. We'll see. Get this back up soon. Coons starting off well. I mean, maybe not the greatest start he would like to his season, 4-8, but looking really well in this matchup against Southport. 6-1 is the score as we look like to add some more time on the clock is what I'm assuming.
No, they added 3 points to the home score, so that's what I think they were fixing. Whenever they gave Christian, so it looks like they took away his takedown. Yeah, they took away his takedown, so they're saying he did not. That's what I was kind of wondering when that Southport coach went over there. I know they were a little bit closer to the edge. Maybe they're saying he didn't have control. Didn't quite see that. But, yeah, so now it's back down to 3-1. About 5 seconds left in the first period in our 150-pound weight class. Go ahead and do the...
After one. Coons leads 3-1. We started the second period.
Christian deferred. Looks like Southport's going to choose neutral here. Beginning of our second period. They're both going for a shot. Kind of collided there. See if Christian, there we go. Maintain control. He got his 3 takedown there. Look, he's going for a cradle. Going for a cradle. Got to be careful there. He's looking to his coach for guidance. Got it locked up. He's looking for back points here. Not quite there. Try and roll those wrists forward. They're going to work out of bounds. Bring him back to center with 1:20 left in the second period. Christian Kuntz up 6-1. There we go. Nice mat return. Nice mat return. Crossface there, get your back points. Maybe no. Looking for back points. Is he gonna get any? We're not quite there. Not quite there. I don't think the shoulders are exposed enough. Looks like Southport's headgear is kind of falling in his eyes a little bit. Christian's got that leg in. Still kind of attacking that head, trying to make something happen, whether we can work for a pin. Okay. So he's going to give Southport a second to adjust that headgear. We're looking at 6-2 Christian Coons, 25 seconds left in that second period, sorry. Been talking about football for the last 30 minutes.
Match that Christian Coons seems to be controlling. 2 takedowns.
There we go.
And make that 3 takedowns. 9-2 is the score after 2. One period remaining.
Sorry.
Oh, you're good.
Coach Johnson must feel comfortable about him taking him down because he chose neutral going into the third period.
9-2, I mean, a lot has to happen in this 2-minute period. At this point, it's Christian Coons to lose.
Right. Absolutely. Yeah, Southport's got to make something happen. If he wants to have a fighter shot in this. With how well Christian's been working those takedowns. As he goes in for a single leg, in for another takedown.
At this point, it's with under a minute 30, I mean.
We might be working for a tech fall.
You really, yeah. You get up to like 15. I mean, I love Christian Coons and just his attack. He's like, I'm up by 7. I mean, very unlikely that he can really do something with it, but I mean, he's still attacking, still fighting to the end, and I think that's good. It's good to experience to have fighting to the end because you'll be in some matchups where it's like that, where you got to keep going to the end, and that fight be really useful.
Well, that's the thing with wrestling. You can lose it in a half a second. I mean, something can happen, and it can all change in a split second. So you got to keep going no matter what, all the way to the end. We've got just under a minute left.
At this point, Christian just keeps his control. I mean, should be a win for the Artesians and win early. Trying to get him to his back.
Trying to get those back points.
And at this point, Southport, you got to do something. Try to do something. Try to get back in, but you're down 10. You need a couple takedowns quickly.
Yeah, I mean, something pretty dramatic's going to have to happen, but looks like we're all under control here for Christian Coons. All under control.
Now at 10 seconds remaining in the match. This should be a win for Christian Coons to improve to 5-8 in his sophomore campaign.
Great win by Christian Coons there.
And a great way to start off the night for the Artesians. Get that first win, and hopefully a lot more upcoming for the Artesians. Coons getting the win. Improves 21-27 on his career. Wrestlers back on.
Up next at the 157-pound weight class, you're going to see Morgan Harris, a junior. Like we had talked about earlier with Katie Spurgeon, Morgan's got a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu background. Morgan's actually a blue belt, and you're going to see it. You're going to see the little quirks with BJJ in his wrestling style. He's a very, very experienced grappler. And like I said, you'll see that throughout the match. Definitely has a different style of wrestling from his background.
Southport got the takedown on Harris. Harris to get the escape point. So 3-1 in favor of Southport. Artesians, after that first matchup, winning 12-2 for Christian Coons, lead 4-0 on the total scoreboard. Centering everyone up. Harris so far this season 6-5 in his junior campaign, 20-36 overall.
We got a takedown there by Morgan. So now it is 4-3. About 50 seconds left in the first period. See if he can work, score some more points.
Try to work Southport to the back. All Southport trying to do, trying to get up, trying to get that escape point to tie it back up at 4 apiece. Harris doing a good job controlling. We're now down under 20 seconds left in this first period.
Trying to work that. Looks like he's trying to work that outside circle. See if he can make something happen over here. Oh, he might be getting some back points. Yep, they're counting. He's getting, he got a 2 count. Yep, Morgan. Oh, don't give that up. Let's see if we're going to give him the control. So Morgan got his 2. That was a close one. Are they going to give the reversal there?
I believe they did. I think they did. 3 points.
Well, they gave Morgan his points, and that's what I'm guessing the Southport coach is talking about right now. It was very close on whether they're going to give that reversal. I didn't quite see it from where we're at. I couldn't quite see if he had control or not, but I'm guessing that's what the Southport coach is talking about right now. He's looking to get those 2 points on the reversal.
Ref talking it over with the Southport coach. So you wait and see what the official score will be after this first period. As Harris trying to get back and get another takedown, hopefully.
It's a Red's choice. So what's Southport going to do? They're going to defer. Oregon's going to go down, just like we talked about earlier. Both of these referees here, we've got 2 referees on site tonight, and both of them are very experienced. They've been reffing for a long time. They reffed me when I was in high school, and they're both very, very good at what they do.
Southport's trying to get Morgan to his back.
Oh, there we go. See if Morgan's going to get that. Still kind of a scramble. I don't think he quite has the escape yet. No. Nice recovery by Southport there.
Southport having him around the knees.
Morgan's trying to stay on that stand up. See, Southport's going to do a mat return. So maybe Morgan can stay up. Oh, it's a nice re-roll there. Nice re-roll there by Harris. And he's going to get, oh, nice.
Get the back points
right
as
there.
well.
Yep. 2 reversal. I don't think he got any back points.
Just for the reversal.
Just for the reversal. So it's 8-3 now. Just under a minute left. Morgan's trying to get a turn here. He's going to try and stack him up right here. See what we can get. He's got 4 back points.
12-3. Now at 40 seconds remaining in this second period. Morgan Harris, the junior, looking to have a breakout year this season.
Plenty of time to get your pin. Plenty of time to get your pin here, Morgan. Looks like there's a blood time, maybe an injury time. So now we're up 17-3. Harris is with 22 seconds left in the second period. So, like I said, we're getting, with the extra back point now and that extra point for the takedown, it's not very hard to get towards that
15
tech fall.
mark, yeah. 15 mark at the tech fall.
We've saw a lot of wrestling tonight. I'm kind of surprised we haven't seen one yet. Maybe Morgan Harris will deliver that for us.
Now, what happens if Southport can't return to the mat in this matchup?
Well, I would imagine that I don't know if there's a blood time. I'm not exactly sure how long the blood time is, but I guess at that point he would just disqualify himself. I mean, the only time that it would ever affect Harris is if he did something potentially dangerous, and then Harris would be disqualified. But I guess if he can't return to the mat, then it would be Harris's win.
Harris gets this the win. Trainer checking out Southport at the moment, looking at that left shoulder. But you got to think Morgan Harris goes right to that shoulder if he does return to the mat. The expectations this year for Morgan, had a kind of a disappointing year his freshman season, 4-18, but that's kind of to expect, he was a freshman coming in to the wrestling world, going against the guys who've done it for a couple of years, who are a lot bigger, a lot stronger. Bounced back his sophomore campaign, 10-13, and so far winning record 6-5, looking to make it 7 in this matchup against Southport. He's out down there pacing. He's ready to get back.
He's ready. And last year, Morgan, he wrestled up. Last year, he wrestled a weight class above his natural weight. So, 10-13, I'm sure it's not exactly what he dialed up, at the beginning of the season. But for wrestling up, that's pretty dang good, It's tough whenever you're weighing 10, 15 pounds less than the guy that you're wrestling. It may not seem like much, but when you're on a mat with somebody, it's a lot of weight. So
17-13, getting close to that tech fall, like you mentioned, up by 15, and down to 10 seconds left in the second period. And the way it looks right now, looks like we'll go to that third with Morgan Harris leading.
Notice Morgan's trying to keep those toes in bounds. Okay. You notice he tried to keep that toe in bounds, try and keep wrestling. He didn't want him to go out of bounds. So Morgan's going to go down here.
Possibly just trying to get that escape point.
Get out of here.
And get out with the win.
Oh.
For a second, it looks like he got out, but great resilience from Southport.
That'd be a tech fall. So I'm not sure if that was a locking hands there. It looks like Martinsville might have just gotten a win.
And they do.
Off of a locking hands call. Hey, a win's a win, right?
Next up, 165-pound
Evan Hamlin, our first senior of the night. Like we had talked about earlier, there's a lot of big expectations for Evan. Evan's one heck of a wrestler.
All right, we're back and we're ready for some action.
Like I said, Evan, a very experienced wrestler, ranked 16th in the state right now by IndianaMat.com. He is a constant pressure, high tempo type of wrestler. He wants to set the tone. He wants to make you pay while you're wrestling him. I really, really enjoy his style of wrestling.
Evan with takedown already. Southport does get the escape point. Minute 20 remaining.
20. Evan up by 3-1. Nice shot right there. Perfect. 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 Nice little mat return. Try and get that Turk right there. Go ahead and get his back points. Yep. Get your back points.
Maybe a pin here.
Yep.
Getting close. Had the takedown, gotten his back points. Southport's still in the back as Evan going for the pin early. 50 seconds remaining in this first period.
Go ahead, get your pin. Great job. Nice dominant win by Evan Hamlin on his senior night. Taking care of business for the Artesians.
6 points for the pin. Score now 15-0 in favor of the Artesians. We'll go back over 150. Christian Coons, 12-2 win by decision, got them 4 points. Morgan Harris, the 18-3 tech fall with 5 points. Then Evan Hamlin with the pin in the first period. Gets 6 points for the Artesians. A great start for the Artesians on senior night.
Up next is our next senior of the night, Peter P.J. Downing. Like we had stated, PJ's a first-year varsity wrestler. Like I said, he's a great kid. Everybody loves being around him. He's a really hard worker. Always wanted to have fun, you know. He's, like I said, he wants to be the fun guy, and he definitely brings it to the room, especially with how serious of a sport it can be. It's good to have guys like PJ on your team, you know, lighten the mood a little bit.
So PJ Downing, only 1-0. He's only played in one other varsity matchup, so trying to stay undefeated, that's what you could say. Still 0-0. No points yet. Down under a minute 15.
PJ got the win at Indian Creek, and when I tell you that sideline erupted, that word doesn't even describe. I mean, it was so loud I thought my eardrum was going to burst. Everybody, like I said, they all want to see PJ do well. We all want to see PJ get a win here. That was a cool sight. So let's see. They're still tied 0-0. See if PJ can get the snap down right here. They're hand fighting a little bit. PJ's taking a separation, took a shot. Looks like Southport kind of stuffed him right there. But to his back, I don't think he quite got his, he's not going to get the takedown. PJ's got his leg. No points have been awarded. Oh, he did get his points awarded. Okay.
Southport got the takedown, up 3-0, 22.7 seconds left in this first period. Artesians lead overall in the meet 15-0.
And Coach Johnson has something to say about that. Coach Johnson wants to talk about what just happened.
Like you mentioned, you didn't think they awarded the takedown points because of the arm. Still back behind for PJ. And now Coach Johnson.
I didn't even see him
talking it out.
Did you see him?
I did see him give the 3 points, but like you mentioned, I mean, it looked like he's still fighting at that point, but nothing happens to the scoreboard, so takedown will remain.
20 seconds left. See if PJ can get an escape here.
At least get him on the board. Now at 10 seconds remaining in this first period. Downing on senior night, trying to get an escape, trying to get on the board.
3 seconds left. Oh, there we
go. So did not escape, but not give up any other points, any back points. So we'll go to the second period with Southport up 3-0. One takedown in that first period here at the 175. Already a great showing from one senior and Evan Hamlin, who had the pin in the first period. As we're back in action here, second period.
PJ needs to work to get his escape. Try and score some points here.
Either escape or reversal will do him well.
Fight off those wrists.
Southport really in control most of this match.
Southport's looking to get some back points here, and they're going to. See if PJ can fight through. Southport's going to get a win. So we are going to be 15-6. Artesian's still up.
So PJ Downing does not keep his perfect streak going. Falls to 1-1 on the season. Tough match, as we'll get up to a matchup that I know I've been waiting to see. Guy I've done a lot of sports with, I've gone close to at the 190, Noah Sumner.
So Noah technically has 100 wins already in the bag with his last one, with the forfeit that he got at the last one. But
he told me, so he came up and talked to me, him and Dom came up and talked to me before the meet started. Noah says he doesn't count that last one since it was a forfeit. On his record, he's still 99-28. He does not count that as his 100th win. He's trying to get that 100th win in this matchup against Southport, and Noah's ready. I mean, Noah, high expectations for himself for this season. He's going up a weight class now. Was 175, but he did put on some weight, and he's wrestling at that 190. As we're waiting to see. I mean,
Noah's a grinder. He all summer long. I mean, all of these seniors have. They've all been putting a lot of hard work in, and you know, I don't want to just single out Noah, but man, it's hard to find a kid that works harder. You know, like I said, all of our seniors have been putting in a lot of work, but man, Noah, he's a grinder.
This matchup started. Noah Sumner, 4.248 GPA, and a quick takedown.
He's going to go for a tech here. You want to get that 100th win. You want to get it in style. He's going to go for a tech here. I don't see Noah getting a pin.
And he's got him off the ground. Take another takedown. Yeah, I think he's just going to let him get back up.
Yeah, he's going to let him get back up. He's going to do this in style. Get that 100th win. Do your thing. There we go. Nice.
And a third takedown, and we're just flying through.
9-2. He might. Yeah, he's going to go ahead and get his back. He's going to try and tilt him. Oh, he's going to let him up.
He's going to let him up.
Let him up. He might get a tech in the first period.
Noah Sumner in complete control. Just over a minute left in this first period. Trying to take a win in style, 100th win in his mind, and on senior night. Trying to get those back points.
Yeah, when I talked to him, he was like, you know, there we go.
And the pin.
Noah Sumner with his 100th, technically 101st official win, but like you said, in his mind, 100th win. And they've got a banner over there for him. Congratulations to Noah Sumner. One heck of a kid. Looking to do big things this year. They're over there taking his pictures. You hear the crowd. Super excited for Noah.
Scored 21-6 now overall. After Noah Sumner gets the pin in the first period, and he was in complete control of that matchup.
Absolute domination. Yeah, that was great.
I mean, he may have gave up a couple points of the escapes, but only to get back in there and get another more points. He was hungry for that true 100th win of the season.
There was nothing stopping that. There is no force out there that was taking that away from Noah, especially on his senior night.
No offense, I believe that he looks like a freshman on Southport's squad.
Yeah.
So,
unfortunately, that poor kid had had to meet up with Noah, en route to that 100th win. Now,
Which actually it's wrong because that is his 101st technical win.
Up next, we've got Ezra Frederick, another senior, here at our 215-pound weight class. Ezra, another really, really good kid. Ezra's tall. I've never seen a kid wrestle how Ezra does. I mean, he is like, I don't even know how to explain it. You remember off, he's like Play-Doh. He can just make his body do like like things that you shouldn't even be able to do. He's so flexible, so tall, yet like so strong. Like Noah is he's a one-of-a-kind type of wrestler.
And if I'm not mistaken, Ezra, he wrestled at the 190, I believe, right, last season.
But Ezra, yes. I think I called it. Look, he wrestled at the 190 last year, yes. Ezra getting the win on his senior night. Congratulations, Ezra Frederick. Ezra's 10-1. He is on his way to the big house along with Noah and all of our other seniors. Like I said, these seniors, they're out for blood, and they are ready. That was one heck of a win by Ezra Frederick. He got it done super quick. And now, look at the Artesians. We're up 27-6. Going into our 5th or 6th match of the night. Here comes Big Dom Mercer. Everybody, one of the fan favorites.
One of the fan favorites. Another guy I've had a lot of time with. Threw shot put and discus with me on the track team. Played football with him. Convinced him to play football. That was a great time in my life. They tried to convince me to wrestle, but my senior year, I played most of the year with my torn tricep.
Okay.
So I was unable. I really wanted just to heal back up and not try to force it back in here as Dom gets the takedown. And he wrestled 215 last season. Made it to regionals, but again, injury held him out last season. Looking to get back to past regionals and into that state matchup as well.
Everybody's bumping up for their senior year, and man, I can't tell you, it's great. I'm super excited for Dom's senior year as well. As we're looking at 3-1 Mercer right now. Dom's off to a hot start. Dom's 11-0 senior year so far, so he's undefeated.
Him and Noah both undefeated. And another takedown for Dom. 6-1, 45 seconds and counting remaining in this first period.
Dom's been wrestling since middle school. He wrestled in national tournaments over the summer, along with all these other kids. They were going everywhere. That's what I say. These seniors, they put in a lot of work for this year. They knew it's our senior year. We want to make it count, and Dom was one of those guys. He placed 8th in 2023 at freshman sophomore. Big slam there by Mercer.
Great mat return for Mercer. And Mercer, he's playing in this 285 class, but he is nowhere near that 285 max out.
Like
I think he's 230, 240, yeah, somewhere around there. So maybe a lighter but a quicker version as first period ends 6-1 in favor of Mercer.
He's going to defer here. But you want to talk about Dom, he's strong enough to do it. That kid, he's an animal. He's strong enough. He can handle it. He can handle these big boys. I don't think Southport right now, he's not on the bigger end of the 285 weight class, but whenever he gets into those big guys, you're going to see guys that are cutting weight to make 285. Some of these like D1 defensive lineman guys that, the coach talked in to come wrestle with him. Dom's quick enough. He can handle it. And so, let's see here.
30 remaining in this second period. Mercer still leading the way, 6-1, 2 takedowns, and an escape from Southport. Score 27-6. Domination for the Artesians in this senior night matchup against Southport.
Nice little slide-by try there.
A lot of hand fighting so far in the second period.
Snap down. Nice shot by Dom. Nice shot. There you go.
Take down
Going
number
right
3.
Into a cradle, right into a cradle. See if you can keep them in bounds. Keep your feet in bounds. You got plenty of time. Try and get that pin. Good job. Dom Mercer with the win on his senior night.
33-6. And we'll go through the scoring real quick. Just like you saw, Dominic Mercer with the win, 9-1. Got the pin, 6 points added to the score. Ezra Freddick with the pin in the first period, another 6 points. Noah Sumner with the pin in the first period, another 6 points added. Coons with decision, 12-2, 4 points added to the Artesians. Morgan Harris with the tech fall, 18-3, 5 points for him. Evan Hamblin, another one of the seniors, first period pin, 6 points added. And then the only loss so far, Puget Downing got pinned in the second period. Southport, that is their Southport's 6 points.
Dalen Lane here, our next Artesian wrestler at the 113-pound sophomore. Had a pretty successful, for the most part, season last year. 22-14. He was a regional qualifier. I mean, that's one heck of a look at Dalen Lane. Getting after it. 15 seconds, and he's already got him on his back, trying to get a pin here. There we go. Dalen Lane. I didn't even get to my spiel yet, and Dalen Lane's already putting in work. 24-second pin. Cannot complain.
And just straight domination in this matchup between the Artesians. And they gave Southport 6 points.
I'm sure they'll fix that, yeah.
Yeah, we'll get that fixed. Artesians just letting it all out.
Should be 39-6 now.
I believe just 5 more wrestlers in this, and Southport to chance to come back. I mean, they would have to they'd have to win all of them, but even that may not be. It would not be enough. So that'd be 6 straight pins with 36-39. Artesians would still win. No points yet. Under a minute 40 in this first period. And Southport will get the takedown. Good mat return from Southport.
Declan Smith. Looks like Southport's going to get some back points here.
And pinned in the first round. Southport getting the win.
See if they update that score. Yeah, so they gave Southport too many points.
For my stats, that's only the second win from Southport.
Declan took a couple seasons off. He was a wrestler in middle school, took a couple seasons off, and then when Coach Johnson came back and took over the helm here at Martinsville, he came back last year.
2 more seniors left to match up here on senior night. Brendan Leonard and Calvin Walker to come. And we'll see one of those seniors right now. Brendan Leonard, 4.3 GPA, the senior. So far in his senior campaign, 9-2. And overall, 69-21. looking to get his 70th win of the season. As a sophomore, he sat out most of the season to rehab an injury requiring surgical repair. He is a 3-time semi-state qualifier and is looking to make the jump to state this season. And Brennan, like we mentioned, off and competing at nationally as well. Leonard gets the quick takedown.
Brennan's going to put on a show here for his senior night.
Playing games, putting his hand on his head of his opponent in Southport.
I know exactly. Yep, right to his back. Right to his back.
Another takedown.
Brennan's going to keep that wrist, go ahead and get his back points. Looks like he was awarded 2 there. So Brennan up 10-1 early.
They have the score now at 12-2. The thing, but they still have not fixed the total score, as it should read 39-12. Another one, as you could say, for Brennan Leonard.
Brennan's going to go ahead. He's already got it. Yeah, he's going to go ahead.
Yeah,
There should be your tech fall right there in the first period for Brennan Leonard. Maybe he's going to try and get the pin. Yeah, he's going to probably try and get the pin. But if they fight out of this, that'll be a tech fall right there.
Trying to keep his foot in.
Great match. And there's your tech fall. Great job, Brennan Leonard, on your senior night.
He already took the numbers of the score off, but does get the tech fall. So 5 points awarded to Brennan Leonard for the tech fall. And with that, should read 45-12.
Oh, I see. So we did not, we don't have a 106 pounder. So I'm wondering if that 18 points.
So they just already counted the 106.
Yes,
That makes.
They counted the 106, and so they went ahead and gave them the forfeit. So that's where that. I just didn't see the wrestler come out to get his forfeit. So that's where that.
I don't know if they have. So I haven't seen that either.
I do know that we don't have a 106 pounder. So up next on the slate we have this is Nathan Crawford. Looks like a technical.
Yeah, I'm not sure the weight classes, they've not put that up yet on the scoreboard. Seem to be a little bit of technical difficulties. And right now, Southport tying the shoe, trying to get back.
So it looks like he motioned some sort of technical. So I'm wondering if he gave him a fleeing the mat. So that's where that 1 point. That's where that 1 point for Crawford came.
128 remaining in this first period. Crawford trying to make it happen.
Nice.
Gets him on his shoulders.
You're going to pick it up. You got to be careful. You got to be careful with that. Can Crawford control this here?
A great fight between both these wrestlers.
This is a great scramble. Great scramble. I still don't really see a ton of control there.
And
no points
neither does the refs,
Refs
except for right there.
So it looks like Southport's going to go ahead get the takedown, get at least 2 back points. 40 seconds left in the. We're going to go ahead and count again.
Looks like all 4 back points. But
Crawford's
not sure that
trying to
scores
come
right
up and
there.
out. Is he going to be able to come up and out of this and get the reversal? I don't think he's gotten his full reversal yet. He's just up and out. He's got to go around and get his points. He's got 12 seconds to do so. He's got to clear that head. He's got to cross-face that head, get around, get your points. Got 3 seconds left. Looks like they're going to go over there and talk about the points. I'm not sure if they awarded 2 different sets of back points.
I thought it was a takedown plus 4. So I believe
But he kind of went back and forth. He had him, and then they kind of went back to center, and then he kind of went over again. So I'm wondering if he counted for back points twice, and that's what they're awarding, maybe. No, so that's what they were working on. You're right. So it was just 4 back points. So that would be 3 for the takedown, and then 4 for the back points. Yep.
7-1 the score. 45-18 is the total overall. Artesians ahead. Crawford down by 6 starting the second period.
There's a caution there by Southport. Didn't have his arm right there on the elbow, so they cautioned that. Crawford's got to get him up. Yep. Potentially dangerous on Southport. 1 point green. Could not have a full Nelson right there. So now Crawford down 2-7. Crawford's got to do everything he can to work up here. Not really anything.
Southport trying to get Crawford to his back.
Crawford's trying to suck that arm in. Let's see if he's going to try and roll him over. Maybe go for a Peter. No, I don't think he was maybe trying to go for a Peterson there. And Crawford's going to get the 2 points for the reversal there. Already got a half in. See if he can take him over. We got 1:17 left. Plenty of time left.
Try to get some back points. Try to knock this one back up. 7-4, Southport advantage. Crawford seems to be in control at the moment.
Be careful there, Crawford. And try and suck you back. He's getting his back points. Got to be careful. Don't want to get pinned. Don't want to pin yourself. You got to be careful there. 2 points for Southport there for the reversal. This is a good match.
Yeah, it's been a great match. Back and forth. I mean, we saw a lot of dominations, you could say. Other side dominating. As down under 30 seconds, under 25.
Crawford's going to get his. Crawford's going to get. He's got to go around and get the points. You got to go. There you go. Get your points. Now 6-9. 11 seconds left.
Yep, down under 10 now. Crawford.
Turn him. Good job. Going into the third period. Crawford's down by 3. Southport's going to choose down here.
So here we go. Start of the third period. Crawford down 6-9. Picks
Very
him up
interesting.
and slams him.
Considering how much they have been going back and forth, back and forth. Very interesting to go down right there.
Crawford needs the back points right now.
Yeah. He's got to do something.
Just a little over a minute 30.
Coach Johnson's going to tell him to cut him. Let him up.
Because at this point,
He's got to let him up.
you're not getting anywhere with
No.
trying to get him to his back. You just got to let him up. I mean, you're going to give up the 1 point, but I mean, at that point, you're just going for the takedown and back points after that.
Yep, yeah. You're trying to do everything you can. Oh, look.
But right now,
I mean, Bottom's got to do something here. There you go.
and he's got him on his back.
Good job there.
Play starting to erupt. What a match we've seen from Crawford.
Crawford's going to get his back points, looking for a pin. See if he can get the pin here. 53 seconds left. He's going to get all four. Good job, Nathan Crawford.
At the 132. It's the third period pin.
That was a hard-fought match. That was by far my favorite match of the night. They were going back and forth, back and forth. What a match. I mean, I love a good old domination, but you kind of like seeing, a little back and forth between them.
I mean, at that point, there was not much hope, it looks like, for Crawford in that first and second period. In that third period, coach telling you get up, try to get the takedown, and he said, I got this one. He's going to keep fighting, and he gets it. Great resilience shown, and a great pin from Crawford. Next up, looks like we'll have our last senior on senior night, Calvin Walker, at the 138. So far in his senior campaign, he's graduating early, so this is only his third year wrestling. 2-4 on the season, so maybe not the start you like in your senior campaign. However, still doing well as they're kind of in a deadlock at the moment.
Calvin, he's following in the footsteps of all of his brothers. His whole family, they've all wrestled and coached in the past here at MHS. Calvin's been wrestling since middle school, so he's been wrestling for a really, really long time. And the Walkers have been, like I said, they've been around MHS wrestling for a long time, so it's really exciting to see Calvin here on his senior night. Love to see Calvin get a win here as the Artesians are up 51-18.
And no matter what, Artesians will be victorious in this duel.
Nice double leg. Nice double leg.
Gets a takedown with 55 seconds remaining in the first period. Trying to work him over, trying to get some back points. Down under 45 seconds remaining in this first period. Calvin Walker, the senior, looking to get his third win of the season.
He's got that wrist. See if he can try and get a win in. He's working. Southport wrestlers locking his hands to try and keep Calvin from putting him on his back.
10 seconds remaining in this first period.
Stay behind him. Don't give up. Calvin gives up the reversal here late in the first period.
And that's going to do it. First period's over. Calvin Walker, the senior, on senior night, last senior for the Artesians. And he's up 3-2. Takedown for Walker and a reversal from Southport.
Calvin defers, so it looks like Southport's going to choose neutral here. Calvin up 3-2.
Hand fighting at the moment.
Southport took Calvin right to his back. Calvin tried to take a shot there, and great defense by Southport.
Not a great spot for the senior.
Let's see if Calvin can fight out of this. Calvin's going to fight through. Yeah, there we go. There we go. Oh, watch that arm. That's potentially dangerous right there. Yeah, you got to be careful of those shoulders.
Yeah, definitely. That.
Both
I was about to say that. I was like,
up.
that arm is going a direction that I don't think it should be going. Southport leads 9-3. after the takedown and some back points from Southport.
See if this will give Calvin a fresh start. Go ahead, get your escape.
Back to the mat. Southport down under 55 seconds in the second period. Calvin really needs a reversal, try to get back into this match going into this third period.
Southport's looking to get a cradle right here. Calvin needs to fight those hands.
Under 25.
And they lock it up with a cradle. Gonna get his back points. Calvin needs to break this loose so that he doesn't get all four. Yep, they've already awarded the 4. So 14 seconds left. Fight it off. Make sure you get to the third period. Like I said, still a lot of wrestling left to go.
So we're going to the third period. Southport up 13-3. Calvin Walker trying to make a comeback.
Yeah, so they're awarding them as soon as he puts it up his hand. I was hoping that wasn't going to be 17-3. So Calvin's got to go here.
Calvin's got to, he has to be the aggressor, has to attack, needs takedown, needs the 4 back points, and then he gets up and get another one. And a stoppage.
What are they?
Ref heading over to the table to talk something over.
Maybe they're saying he was supposed to be given more back points? That's what Southport's kind of arguing here.
And it looks like they'll get another 4, so kind of
So maybe it was, yeah.
A terrible situation.
It's home run territory right now. You've got to do something. You've got to get a pin. It's very hard to be able to score 14 points in your third period. So home run territory, you got to make something happen, whether it's a big throw, something. I mean, Calvin's got to make something happen here if he's wanting to get a win on his senior night.
Got to make something happen. Down under 130. 14-point difference. Like you said, Calvin's got to do something. Needs a big takedown. And like you said, has to be a pin. Come on. Down now. Minute 15. No control either side.
No control. Calvin needs to try and work to the outside. That way nobody gets awarded any points. His arm is trapped, so there was no points awarded. Calvin has 56 seconds to make something happen.
56 seconds for a pin. That's basically what it falls.
56 seconds for a pin, yes.
That's what it falls to. 17-3 is the score, and Calvin's got to be the aggressor.
Like Calvin's got some sort of an injury here. Not sure if he's holding his arm, I'm not exactly sure what's going on here.
So we'll take a minute and
every wrestler has something in their bag for your emergency, 911, something's got to happen. That's what Calvin needs to pull out right now. 56 seconds, still plenty of time to make it happen and get a pin, but he's got to go out there, be aggressive, and make it happen.
If you're Southport here, I mean, you play a little aggressive as well, or you think you're sitting back and?
Oh no, you're playing 100% defense. Yeah, no,
100% defense.
Yeah, no, you're playing defense. You are trying to make sure there's no stalling calls. So I don't want to say this guy's going to stall, but he's going to do everything he can to make sure Calvin
does not pin him. Yeah,
does not pin him. Yeah, he's going to do everything he can to keep Calvin at bay here. That's probably what his coach is talking about right now. Hey, let's not do anything stupid here. Mm-hmm. Let's go ahead, get the win, and get out of here. So you see the ref down there counting. I'm not exactly sure how long the IHSA has moved the blood time or injury time to, but you can see the ref down there with his watch. So So Calvin's got to go here. I mean, he has to go. You got to do something.
Southport not really stalling. I mean, again, 1 point away from that tech fall.
Calvin's favorite thing right here. Lat drop right here. See if he can do it.
The lat drop, also known as the walker, is what we have. And now 30 seconds remain on the clock. And
it's there. He's had it twice. He had it right here by the mat right here. And then a second ago, whenever they went off the mat, he had a lat drop right there. He's got to lock up. He's got to go for it. I know that's what he's going to go for. It's on our paper. Everybody knows it. That's what he's got to do.
That's his move. That's Walker's move. The walker, as it's written down for us. He needs it here. Now sitting 15 seconds left on the clock. 17-3. He needs something big. No one has control yet. Now at 5 at this point. It looks like Southport's going to stay with the win. Win by decision, so only 4 points should be rewarded.
I did find that interesting. They did not award him that takedown last second, so they just lost out on 2 team points. Or 1 team point.
Yeah, one team point.
Yeah, 1 team point. So a major decision's 5. They lost out on a team point. At this point, we're talking 56-18, so does it really matter in retrospect?
Yeah, in the end, doesn't really matter as Artesian's already so far ahead. Last matchup we'll see tonight. Tate Frederick, 6-3 in his sophomore campaign. Overall, 19-19 for his career, trying to make that over 500. 2019, he's returning. He was a regional qualifier at the 138 a year prior, moves up to the 144 in his sophomore year. And they expect Tate to be a semi-state qualifier or better. There's a lot of expectations on a sophomore, but his brother also very good, also had the win earlier, so. And he also caught the IDNR Fish of the Year for black crappie.
Crappie.
Yeah, I knew I was going to say it right. As soon as I saw it, I was like, that doesn't sound right. But
yeah,
that was in 2023.
IDNR Fish of the Year for black crappie. That kid's a fisherman, and that was crazy. I seen a picture of it. It was unreal, and I'm pretty sure he caught it in Martinsville.
Wow.
So not only is he doing big things on the mat, he's doing big things on the water.
(51-22) is the total team score. Tejans will win no matter what happens in this match. With Tate Frederick trying to get that 7th win of the season.
You can definitely tell Tate's wrestling a very seasoned wrestler. Tate tried to take a shot there.
Under 50 now.
Sprawl by Southport. Tate's going to be able to finish it here, maybe. Can he finish it?
Still no points awarded. I mean, a solid match from both squads. Both two veteran, looks like, wrestlers.
Tate's got to get over those legs, get that hand out, get your points, lock up the cradle, and get the win. And the crowd goes wild there.
Tate Frederick gets the 6 points, gets the win. And I believe that should be it total-wise. We'll go over some of the wins real quick on the night. Crawford gets the win, 3rd period pin. Brennan Leonard had the tech fall in the 1st period. We had Dalen Lane, 24-second pin. Big night for the sophomore. Dominic Mercer had the 9-1 pin in the 1st. Ezra Frederick with the 1st period pin, 7-0. Noah Sumner gets his 101st win of his career, but to him, the 100th win of the career in the 1st period pin. Christian Coons, on decision, 12-2, and after the third period, Morgan Harris had the tech fall, 18-3. Evan Hamblin had the first period pin as well. A lot of great pins from seniors tonight on senior night, and then Tate Frederick had the first period pin as well, as we just saw. So that's going to do it here from John R. Wooden Gymnasium. Etesians get the win, 57-22. Big thanks to the ones in the broadcasting program here at MHS Rewind, who helped produce it. Liam Ralph, Nick Tutterow, of course. Big thanks to Alex Enoch as well, coming on. Big thanks to you as well, Nathan Everode, coming on with me. I'm Nate Long. Safe travels home, and
go Arties.
Go Arties, and happy holidays to all. Good night, everyone.